You're listening to the Next Wave Radio Network.
Round one, fight!
Can't we do our own secret shows?
All our shows are secret shows.
We have the tools, we have the talent.
You have to use so many cuss words.
Let's go.
Ooh, yeah!
Oh, you got a TV right up there above you?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, no TV anymore.
There used to be, though.
My other TV is this one now.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
what's the one above? I thought I saw something above your monitor when you flipped it around.
It used to be a TV nook.
Yeah, it used to be a nook for the TV.
Oh, I thought that was a reflection. I see now that it's like a fucking hole. Oh, yeah, because it was made for like CRT TVs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The luxurious 19-inch color CRT TV.
Oh, yeah.
That's so funny.
Actually, it was a tiny one.
It was great.
I don't even know that it was 19-inch, yeah.
It was great.
I think it was like a little 12 or 16-inch maybe.
He'd be playing like Super Scope games on it and stuff, and be like, that gun is bigger than the TV you're shooting at.
It is fun. Man, we're so spoiled by the size of TVs today. And I do think back to, like, we had the one TV in the, 1,000-foot square house with 5 people in it. And I think it was like maybe a 22-inch TV color. And that was just like, I mean, when you're sitting 2 feet away from it, like it pretty much fills your vision anyway. But yeah.
I'm about to pull the trigger on a 77-incher.
Oh my God.
Shit.
Where are you going to put that?
A gallery TV. We're going to put it up on the wall here in the living room.
Nice.
Take one of the shelves down.
Nice.
And Sarah's, her whole plan is like, if we take the wall down in the middle of the house, it's something that you can see from the kitchen, being social and all that. But yeah, like I've had it sitting in my Best Buy cart. And my whole thing is like, if I buy this, I'm paying someone to install it. Like they're going to bring it, they're going to mount it. I don't want to do any of that
Don't
stuff.
do that yourself. Don't be that guy.
But the TV's gorgeous. And right now there's a little bit of discount going on. But I've been sitting on that fence, and I know when I finally am ready to pull the trigger, it's going to go back to regular price.
Yep.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's how it works.
We have other things that we're looking at. It's like, we were sitting there and I was about to do it. I was like, babe, I'm going to do this. And then she brought up, she's like, well, we do need new windows. Like, it would be great if we got new windows. I'm like, yeah, you're right. We do need new windows. We could kind of use new doors too. So that way we could, get some energy efficiency going in this house. Oh, we could also re-insulate our home. That's probably pretty important.
I hear you, Joe. But
or we can get a 77-inch TV.
Well, I mean, she's talking about windows, but who needs windows when you basically have a 76-inch window that you could do what Jay has done and bring
That's
a forest into your home.
Exactly.
Just
have like the static image of the
TV isn't going to muffle the sound of the passing trains. It's not going to.
I mean, if you turn it up loud enough, it might.
Yeah. Crank the volume.
Loud enough.
Sure.
Throw on the ambient channel,
Put on your noise canceling headphones, James. Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, we are like this close to just all of us wearing headphones, watching our own individual things anyway. It's kind of nuts. Like the kids, when Sarah takes the kids to work, like we take 2 iPads and like Harper will be watching one thing, James will be watching the other. It's like, oh my gosh.
Oh God.
And just kind of like what Joel said, like, you'd be in a 1,000-foot house with like one TV. Like that's what we grew up with. That's kind of like the mission statement of this whole podcast, that like we grew up with that, like the one TV family, that big CRT TV, the hookups with like the forked hookups from the original Nintendo and like the Atari and stuff.
Had to have the little bunny ear antennas going on top of the TV. Throw some foil at the top of them to get a little better reception.
Yes. You'd constantly be like pushing it towards the window. Yeah. And now living in an age where I'm like, I might spend $4,000 on a 77-inch TV. Why not?
But think of all the joy it brings. Like, you can quantify that. I think that's it's an investment, Joe.
Yes.
Yes.
A lot of people invest in real estate, but I think electronics is where it's at.
I've already got it. I'm investing in my real estate by putting a TV in there.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, wait, are you leaving that TV behind when you sell that house? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not.
I didn't think so. But you do have 3 arcade 1-up cabinets. Yeah.
Okay, so two arcade 1-ups. This one is
Legends
Ultimate,
Whatever.
Sam's exclusive.
Yes, which belongs to your children now, apparently, right?
It does, yeah.
I still want to plug in like a Raspberry Pi to that thing, so you can just load up all the games that you want on it.
Oh, Jay.
Yes.
Jay, I'm so glad you're back. If for no other reason than to just tell me that you're going to plug a Raspberry Pi into everything that comes up in this conversation.
Absolutely.
The things we do to recreate our classic game.
That nostalgia, yeah.
This nostalgia, and you're going to get a lot of it here on the Low Res High Def podcast. My name's Joe Cuccinati, joined by my co-host Joel Burnson.
Hello.
And we've got Jay Gunn in the house. Brand new podcast experiment. Kind of taking what we've done in the past, little pieces of the other shows that we've done in the past, like the Editing Bay and the 16-Bit Gladiators, and just kind of pushing it all together. And just instead of focusing on one thing, we're kind of encompassing all the things that we love. And we invite you to take part in the discussion. You know, we've got social media, Facebook pages, Twitters.
Do we?
We've got the Twitters. If you want it, we got it. Just in time for Elon Musk to drive it into the ground.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I did have that thought. I was like, should we be investing time and energy and effort into this? Which, we were all about Twitter in our previous podcast. Listen to those podcasts. But nowadays, we do have a Twitter handle, though. You can find us at Low Res High Def on Twitter.
Yeah.
And you can also find us on lowreshighDef.com. And as Joe said, maybe we'll have a Facebook page. Although, if we're having a Facebook page,
check out our MySpace page. Because there's no way you're going to get us 3 40-plus-year-old guys doing TikTok. That's no. I don't think we're ready for that.
Yeah, I'll go back to the bunny ears before I jump into that. Too old. It's already passed me by. It's all going to get shut down anyway, right? By the U.S. government.
All getting banned.
The world is going to get shut down.
TikTok specifically.
When the cordyceps take over.
Oh my gosh! Oh yeah. Have you been watching that?
I've only gone up to episode 4. So I haven't watched the whole thing yet.
We haven't either. We just finished episode 3 last night, which was the really heavy one with Ron Swanson. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And we find ourselves at a crossroads debating whether we want to continue watching the show.
It's not Ron Swanson. That puts that whole episode in a completely different context.
As people know him as Ron Swanson. Hey man, he was good with his hands. He was a builder.
He kind of was Ron Swanson.
A lot of similarities.
He was a generous lover, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I have to admit, I did find it difficult to watch just because of that. Because
you don't like midriffs, and there were a lot of those.
I do not like that. I do not like that. Not into hair. Not even on my own body do I like seeing hair. So seeing two guys rubbing up against each other, looking like Velcro. I was not into that. But I do appreciate the story, and I gotta say I love that we live in a time where a TV show that is based on a video game is kind of at the forefront of bringing these kinds of conversations into, not that gay characters in TV is a new thing. I know, Joe. I see you raising your hand.
Are you saying that the Super Mario Brothers Super Show didn't bring these same topics to light?
A little more overt, I thought, in that rendition than in The Last of Us' portrayal. But no, this is how studies
the one episode where Mario was going down on Luigi as they opened the episode, and then they went into the cartoon.
Who needs their pipes cleaned?
It's a whole new context to do the Mario.
I was going to say, give a whole new meaning to do the Mario.
Oh, God.
Mario.
Oh, Jesus. This is our second episode already with the homophobia right out there. No, I think it's great.
It's not homophobia. I'm not scared of it.
That's true.
I welcome it.
I do believe the definition of that has evolved to mean more than fear. But you won't find that on this podcast here either, because I think we're all allies, right? We would consider ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No, but I do appreciate that what they're trying to do there, and they're actually kind of building on the characters and some of the themes from the game, like this whole thing about it being like a hive mind, the cordyceps, and like you can step on a vine in one area and the hordes will come. I don't remember that being part of the game. Do you?
I do remember
it.
Yeah, I do remember them. It was kind of mentioned. It wasn't like I don't think they really explored it much, just beyond the mentioning of it. That was something that could happen.
It was mentioned. It's just that how do you illustrate that in a game mechanic?
Right.
That like. Yeah, you would have to set the stage early on with like, okay, there's a bunch of guys here, and like, don't step on these vines because it might wake them, and then you'd have to have like a cinematic showing like you've just stepped on it, and I don't know. I feel like it works. That's the kind of thing that works better in a show than it would in a game.
True.
Yeah.
Although Watching it, I've been remarking that this doesn't feel like a show based on a video game, but I think that's a testament more to how cinematic the original Last of Us was.
The game
that it wasn't
yeah.
that far of a jump to go from this experience, that game. If you've never played that game,
sure,
please do yourselves a favor, or just watch the show. Actually, they're two different things, though, aren't they?
Yeah, well, yes, obviously,
Similar,
yes, but they are similar. I mean, there are a lot of parallels between the show and the game. Like, there are a lot of things that you see in the episodes, and you're like, I remember that. I remember that in the game very, very vividly. I think Naughty Dog's track record with like adaptations is pretty decent. Like they did the Uncharted movie, which I know got a lot of groans, because like I think mostly because of the Mark Wahlberg thing, and also because it's not though. Have you watched it?
I haven't watched it.
I did. We did watch it. It wasn't awful. I'll just say it's forgettable. It's entirely forgettable. You feel like you've seen that movie before. Tom Holland is doing his best to hold it together, but Mark Wahlberg is just like he should have had the grace to step away from that project and recognize he is not for that role.
He is the weak link. He is the part of the movie that I think I could have done without the entire time. He wasn't as bad as I thought he was going to be, but it wasn't Uncharted. Exactly. It should have been Bruce Campbell. Yeah. But I thought for the most part, like the fact that it didn't suck, I guess for me, the bar was fairly low, but the fact that it didn't suck, I thought was kind of impressive. And so I feel like that's a win. And then with this one, I mean, this one is just an overall success. You can't deny it. You can't deny like just how great the production is on it. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's just The Walking Dead all over again, and it's not. It's not. Like anybody who says that is only looking at it from just on the surface.
Bare surface level.
The performances that you're getting are just outstanding, especially like Pedro Pascal, who's like cornered the market on being like the father figure who's got to like, who adopts a young one. Like, just he does that role really well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He can do no wrong.
I mean, he can do wrong, but he's pretty fantastic.
Jay, you said you've seen a few of the episodes. What are your takeaways?
Like the very first episode, really kind of that one really hit like as far as almost a shot for shot from the game. Yeah. Like especially the very last shot where they were looking out into the city with the storm rolling in and everything, and it was just like, holy shit, that was right from the game. But I like that they've Dude,
the opening.
Oh my god.
Just as devastating, more devastating.
Take one of the most devastating and heartbreaking things that you've ever experienced and just stretch it a half hour longer.
Yep. Even knowing what was going to happen, I was still like, holy shit.
I know.
But yeah, I like that they, on that, going back to that first part there, that they showed her going in and getting the watch fixed and everything like that. That's like something that was just, I fixed this watch for you in the game, but they actually showed it in the show, and I was like, that's nice. That's a nice touch to be able to do that.
Yeah. Every addition that they made to that core experience from the game
has been
really good,
like
and to me, it's like the antithesis of what the Disney live action adaptations of their animated 2D movies have done, whereas they just tack on extra shit, but it detracts from the overall quality. Everything's really been plussed up by the additions, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think it is important for us to develop a connection to his daughter before what happens. In using that, and like
what happens, Joe?
In creating the show, it's nice that they had such a close tie to the video game, and like figuring out like, okay, what is it that we know from it, and what is it that we wish we could know more from? And I think that was great. I think paying homage. It seems like with a lot of video game adaptations, you know what? I take the Super Mario Brothers live action movie. There's this whole feeling where like someone's like, just slap the name on it and do a couple of these things. It stunk of like a studio exec going, well, I know movies. I don't know video games, but I know movies, and I know what's going to work for a movie. And it's like, no, you didn't. You didn't remember what made this special in the first place.
Right.
Listen to our Super Mario Brothers episode from our now defunct podcast, The Editing Bay, where we devoted an entire episode to the original 85 movie and what a piece of crap that was. And actually, I'm glad you brought that up, Joe, because we didn't talk about it last week, and now that we've got Jay here this week, I really want to hear everyone's opinions. It's been a year since we've spoken about this new Mario Brothers movie. The animated film, that's finally coming out in, less than a month? A couple weeks now. Yeah. And
we got tickets.
You got tickets already?
I got tickets for me, Sarah, and Jay. Me, Sarah, and Jay. We're going to go see it on the 7th.
Excited.
Oh, you little sons of bitches. God damn, I wish I were there. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
I do too. We have an extra ticket.
Hop in the car.
I would fly in for that. That sounds like... Although, I don't know if it's going to be a movie that's worth all the adulation and me buying a one-way ticket to see it at a theater.
I don't think it's going to be the Lego movie.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to be like Into the Spider-Verse, but it looks like it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Which that live action Super Mario Brothers movie didn't even do right. You didn't even have fun watching that movie. So if I can have fun, sign me up.
Yeah.
Let's do this thing.
Yeah. I think, just going back to that first trailer for it, when we first heard Chris Pratt doing the voice, it was like, oh, that doesn't sound right.
Mm-hmm.
But Jack Black was perfect.
Oh yeah.
He's so good.
And in the later trailers that we've been seeing now, we're hearing more of what we expect from Mario sound, through Chris Pratt doing the higher pitch, the woohoo, and
Still have yet to hear him deliver a line of dialogue.
Yes, yeah. So I'm curious how that's going to work out, but I'm more excited about the movie now.
Mm-hmm.
Just from
Chris Pratt's not going to ruin it for you.
Yeah. I think that everything else that I've seen, at least based on the trailers, obviously, so those are heavily edited and could be completely off, but I think it's going to do the series justice, I think.
I've noticed that every new piece of footage I see from it and every trailer that's released, they're leaning more and more into this is just this is just an animated version of the levels that you've played in Mario Kart and any of the Mario Brothers games.
That's all I want.
Here are the worlds you've been
to.
Give
me that.
Exactly.
Just give me that.
I've been stressing this whole time about what's the story and the characters and how are they going to portray them? But yes, if you're just going to have an 18-minute, I feel like the Mario Kart sequence is going to be like the pod racing sequence from episode 1.
Yeah.
Where we're all going to be coming out of the movie and be like, it was a B+, B-, but...
Yeah, but that Mario Kart sequence.
Exactly.
Look, I'm going to be super disappointed if there isn't a moment where he walks out into a sunny day and looks up and the sun looks at him menacingly and starts to fly after him. I need that to happen. Yes. I need that to happen.
I want to see him walk in front of a mirror and see the little Lakitu holding the camera on a fishing pole in his reflection. That's got to be in there. Oh, the Easter eggs are just going to be
That
everywhere.
would be awesome. Oh yeah.
Yes.
No, I mean, again, I don't need something touching. I don't need something that's going to be revolutionary. I just need them to get it right.
Yeah.
They've had way too long to do this, and I don't know why we thought it was going to be done right back in the 90s. But now they've got a chance. I'm just looking for a little bit of setting, almost like the beginning of The Force Awakens. That first line, this should start to make things right again. This, that's all this movie needs to be.
Tabula rasa.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I think if this delivers and does well, I really want to see a Zelda and I really want to see a Metroid movie.
Yeah, well.
Okay. So would you rather see would you rather see, so if this does well, would you rather see Zelda done in this animated style, or would you want to see a live action thing?
I'll answer that while Jay thinks, because I want to see a live action Metroid.
Yes.
I've said that before. I think that's going to translate really well.
You have. It's called Aliens.
That's true. Well, I mean, it was inspired by Aliens, so sure.
Pretty much.
But I think there's a way to reboot that and do it right. Like I said, the Metroid is basically the Mandalorian. You just do that and swap a couple of things. But I do want to see Link be animated, and specifically, I saw some I don't know if it was test footage or just screenshots of a Link or a Zelda movie done in the style of Studio Ghibli, like a Miyazaki film, which they borrowed heavily in Breath of the Wild from those films anyway and the style. So why not? It's a perfect match.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Karoks specifically, like that's the first thing I think of. It's like those Karoks are definitely Ghibli inspired.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, especially when I see trailers for this new Dungeons and Dragons movie, I think I'd like to see Zelda be a live action movie. But I think I want it in kind of that Guardians of the Galaxy, this new D&D style. Like, give me that swashbuckling adventure, but don't be afraid to throw some humor into it.
Yes,
because we are talking about a world with octopuses that shoot rocks out of their noses and like big bulldog-looking goblins that will chase after you with spears. Like, there's a lot of fun to be had.
Yes. Yeah.
There's big boobed fairies that like heal you by hugging you. Like there's a lot of stuff that you could draw some humor from.
Yeah.
And so like I'd like for them not to lean 100% into it, but don't be afraid of it. And so in that respect, I'd like to see a live action version of it.
Yeah. I would like to see I think I agree. I'd like to see the live action, but they would have to be careful, I think, with the costumes.
Yeah.
Because I've seen like fan versions, and they always want to go for like the Ocarina of Time with the
long pointy
tight
hat,
whites, and the long pointy hat, bright green outfit, and it's like it just doesn't play well as a live action. It's fine animated, but that doesn't.
You'll have to do like what they did with Harley Quinn. What they did with Harley Quinn in the DC movies, where it's like, remember how everyone was complaining initially because she doesn't look like she does in the cartoons and the comics. Yes, because that would look ridiculous in real life. You have to modernize it and bring it into the real world.
But they've done some work. I mean, if you look at Twilight Princess, and you look at Breath of the Wild, even and
Breath of the Wild.
Like they've done a good job of trying to like separate Link from that traditional look, And what I love about it is they've given us options where it's like we could play our Zelda games where he's a little bit more mature and like, and not wearing such a goofy costume. But then if we want, we could play Link's Awakening and he could still be kind of cartoony looking. Yep. I like that we have options. We've got, Skyward Sword, but we've also got Wind Waker. And if we wanted to kind of change up that style, I think Nintendo's done a good job of giving us different perspectives to look at this world, or these worlds rather. And so I think that we live in a world where we could have a live action Zelda, but then at the same time, we could have an anime Zelda too. Yeah. And it doesn't matter. Like it's kind of okay. They're in different realities, or different time frames, or just different mediums. Yeah, no, what's funny is like we talk about like I really want to see an Alien movie, and I'm like, or a Metroid movie, and I'm like, well, look at Aliens. If you want to see a Zelda movie, there's that Tom Cruise movie Legend, which
you
is
always bring that
very much Legend of Zelda. Like it feels like, and I'm pretty sure Ridley Scott didn't mean. I don't know. I don't know if Zelda was out around that time, but man, there are a lot of similarities between the Legend of Zelda and this movie.
I have to believe they were both in production at the same time, right? No.
Yeah. Because wasn't that like 89 or 86?
No, it was way before then. It was like 82 or 83.
Really? Oh, then it would have been before.
Oh, Legend 85.
85?
85?
1985.
Well, that's way later than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
There you go. Same year as Zelda, right?
I think Zelda was 86, wasn't it?
Oh, you might be right. Yeah, because Mario was 85. That's right.
So Zelda stole from Legend.
There you go.
Although you always say that, Joe, but I will say, that tone that you were talking about, that whimsy that Zelda games have, is missing in that Legend film. So aside from aesthetically and some of the themes, but it still doesn't feel as safe as I remember being very frightened of Legend back in the day.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It is a movie made with like European German sensitivities. So it is going to be a little darker.
Now, Never-Ending Story could kind of fit into that.
Oh, yeah. A lot of those Jim Henson films.
You're right. It's the Earthbound. That's Earthbound. And if we need a Kirby movie.
Ooh. No, I'm sure that's in the pipeline.
I don't know.
Now.
I don't know what that would. You know what? That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like with the success of Sonic, and if Super Mario Brothers is successful, I think like the natural next push. If not Pokemon, if we don't get another proper Pokemon movie, which I heard that they've now greenlit a sequel to Detective Pikachu.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, which is weird because Detective Pikachu is kind of its own standalone story. So I'm interested to see what they do there, but it does give me hope.
It'll be in the Pokeverse.
In the Pokeverse, give me that.
Yeah.
Give me it. If Super Mario Brothers does well, give me a proper Pokemon movie. Also, give me a proper Kirby movie. There could be some fun there. You could have a Wall-E style Kirby film easily.
Yep. That's awesome. Oh yeah, well this is going to be like the Marvel movies where we started off with the big ones, right? We got Iron Man and Thor,
the NCU,
and Captain America, and then here we are, 15 years later. We're like, who wants Moon Knight? You like Moon Knight?
Moon Knight's good. That was good.
But who the fuck knows who he is though?
Mark Spector. I know who he is. Dear listener, if you've ever seen a web series on YouTube called The Variants, one of our promo posters was based on a Moon Knight cover.
Really?
And that was my idea. That was my choice because I loved Moon Knight. So fuck you, Joel.
Sorry, didn't mean to disparage one of your favorite comics there.
You've hurt my feelings.
All right, well, you know what I mean. They're pulling the deep cuts. So you bet your ass, in 10 years when we're on Mario Brothers Part 4, the movie, they'll be looking at Kirby and Kid Icarus.
When we are literally watching Mario 64.
Exactly. We're gonna have Excite Bike the movie.
Oh, dude! Don't mess with me because that's awesome. I would love that.
Well, this
just a dude in mud trying to run back to his bike, and then the bike starts to feel sad and sinks in the mud, and he's like, "No!" And we could destroy a whole other generation of kids.
My favorite will be how they portray driving in a straight line yet seemingly going in a circle. That'll be fun to see on film.
Mode 7, the movie. Well, this was fun. This was kind of a fun catch up and stuff. Yeah. So while we're kind of going around the horn, talking about the things that we enjoy, talking about the things that we like, I know every week we've kind of got our obsessions, our things that we're into, the things that are taking up. It could be a movie, could be a game, could be music, could be anything that's kind of our obsession or taking up most of our time. I'm curious, what's your obsession of the week?
Well, Joe, I'm glad you asked. Masterful segue, by the way. Thank you for that. And I'm glad that Jay is on this episode because I was prepared to talk about it last week, but would much rather, no offense, Joe, hear the opinion of one Jay Gunn about my Metroid Dread experiences recently because it took me over a year and a half. I bought it on day one and then did not launch it until 2 or 3 weeks ago, but it has been the game we've been playing in this household, and yes, it is my obsession of the week. Loving Metroid Dread.
It is so good.
You're my obsession.
I see why so many people have. Will that be the theme song? Well, I'll add that in post.
What do I have to do to make me be with you?
Actually, I'll just take your audio. I don't need the actual song.
There you go. Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
But yeah.
So Metroid Dread. Hey, Jay, did you finish Metroid Dread?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gone through like the hard mode yet though. So that's still kind of like on the plate of eventually I might try it out. But oh my God, fucking it still is. I want to say it's surpassed Super Metroid. I mean, there's still parts of Super Metroid that I don't know, almost like they're tied because Super Metroid has better atmosphere and music.
Hands down, Super Metroid soundtrack is like the music is way better.
Yes.
Fair enough.
But the control, the fluidity, and just the overall like movement in Dread, and even like the level layout is, I want to say, better than Super Metroid because
I think so too.
Some of the things like the environmental storytelling that it does does a little bit better for me.
It is the perfect like modern translation of what we played. Like it's the next it was like the next logical step, which is really refreshing. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about, which is great because I feel like I hear myself talking. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. But like to go from like Metroid, Super Metroid, Metroid 2, like all those. And then like we kind of had Prime for a long time and I could never really get into Prime. I just never really liked the 3D perspective of it. And I never had the hardware to play that game in the first place. So I'd have to try to play it at Jay's and I just never really got into it. But then, so many years pass And then I got, the Samus Returns, the remake of Return of Samus. And it was like, that was fun. That was a nice, like, what was it? That was on the 3DS, right?
3DS, yeah.
So it was a great translation for the 3DS, but it still kind of bought into like some of that gimmicky 3DS control that was like, I hate that Nintendo does this. They kind of make you use some of these weird control schemes. But for the most part, it was a pretty cool translation. You could see the evolution between, like Super Metroid to this one, and then what you get with Dread. And I think what they did with Dread was like they looked at the things that really worked in those past installments, in Super Metroid, in Metroid Zero Mission, and in Metroid what is the other one? Fusion. Yeah. Fusion is fantastic, by the way. If you've never played it, Joel, Fusion is such a good game. And it's like,
it's next.
And you can see if you've played Fusion, they care. I mean, they even say it in the game that they've like carried over like the things that are in Fusion kind of play into what's going on in Dread.
Yeah.
But where the controls actually feel like an extension, you feel it as, and I think Mark has pointed this out on past episodes of 16-bit, where you actually like feel that satisfaction of like whenever you do something, you get a satisfying response from the character on the screen.
Dopamine.
And it was that game that I bought the Switch HD version or whatever, the 4K screen or whatever.
The OLED.
The OLED. I got the OLED for that game. And I think I brought it over to your place, Jay, and there's clearly a visual difference.
It's a visual difference. Yeah.
And it's gorgeous.
Crazy. I still want to get the OLED. I haven't pulled the trigger on one yet, but I still want to get one.
Well, you guys do a lot of handheld playing. I'm almost 100% docked. I can't remember the last time I haven't. For me, I don't really care so much about the screen on the. No, it's not that. I'm just saying like that's not that much of a.
No, I meant that sincerely.
I'm so snide.
I'm jealous.
Oh, good for you, Joel.
Like no. It wasn't sarcastic. You do understand that the reason I'm handheld is like out of necessity, not by choice.
Oh yeah. So when you purchase this 76-inch TV, will you be actually using it, or will this be reruns of Moana?
This will be Moana and episodes of House Hunters. That's basically what we're doing. We're getting a really big, expensive one because it's got a gallery option. So like you can just like turn it to gallery mode, and it just goes through photos and stuff. So it's just a cool big frame.
Yeah. Who thought that when we saw Back to the Future 2 back in 1990, whatever,
right?
That's kind of what predicting the future. Remember, everybody just had the TVs where you just talk to it. Alexa, turn on the Weather Channel.
Yeah.
Here we are. Kind of have that.
I'm not sure about
Whoops.
Did she start talking to you?
Awesome.
That's what I get. I can only blame myself. I should have known better than that. All right. Well, that was my obsession.
I'm sorry.
Of the week.
I took up a lot of time
fine.
there talking about Dread.
Yeah, it does seem like you wouldn't know it from the last 5 minutes, but this was my obsession of the week. Metroid Dread. Joe, anything you've been obsessing about that I could talk about incessantly?
Elden Ring? Do you want to talk about Elden Ring?
Oh, let me tell you about Elden Ring.
Because I finished Elden Ring.
I actually don't know anything about Elden Ring, but I do know.
I finished 234 hours in, and I finally finished the game. And then I started like New Game Plus, and the only reason I'm playing any of New Game Plus is no. Here's the thing: I am not going to go through it again. But there is a satisfaction, guys, to being like having all the powers, because you basically start the new game with every single thing you had when you finished the first game. And so to go through and like the first part of the game, the first main bad guys that took me 5 hours to get through, to go through it in like 5 minutes is so satisfying. Like revisiting these people, like now you're all in big trouble.
You're the boss now.
You're like Julia Roberts in that scene from Pretty Woman where she goes back into the dress shop.
Big mistake. Huge. So that's basically what I've been doing. Like I've just been like running fucking all full bore across like the lands between and just taking out these bosses. It's so funny because there's this one boss who gave me so much trouble. I must have tried to fight him like 20 times. And like I finally got through it. And like this time he wasn't even done with his opening dialogue and I had him dead.
I love that.
He's like, untarnished. So you have, no, wait. Gotcha, bitch. But that's not
awesome.
my obsession.
Oh.
My obsession is maybe going to be something a little outside the box, but I wanted to share it, and I know you guys have seen it, because we all went and saw this movie together back when you guys first still lived in town. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Yes. Speaking of Pedro Pascal.
There's a meme going around now that's like it's when they're high and Nick Cage is in the car and he looks over, he's got this really serious look and he looks over at Pedro Pascal, and then we cut to Pedro Pascal who's got these big eyes and big smile, and he looks over and then looks back at the road
out of his mind.
And this has become like the new meme sensation where people have been putting like,
oh really,
where Nick Cage and the text is like, my husband when he finally gets home from work and wants to just sit down on the couch, and then it cuts to Pedro Pascal and it's like me asking him to get me some water and a snackety snack and a blanket because I feel really cold right after he sits.
That's awesome.
Like, these are so great. And I sent you guys one where they did like a Mario version of it, where it's Nick Cage and they put a Luigi hat on him and he looks over slowly and there's a blue shell flying around his head and it hits him and it cuts to Pedro Pascal wearing the Mario hat.
That's perfect.
And it's always done to like the Mama Cass song, Make Your Own Kind of Music. And it's like, it's perfect. And I must have gone down like this 2-hour YouTube rabbit hole where I was just finding different versions of this meme done with like different text, different animations. It was my obsession for this week.
Wow, what a time we live in. I love that. And speaking of Pedro Pascal, like that, did you guys see that SNL Mario Kart skit?
Yeah, oh my God. Holy
mashup?
Crap.
Dude,
like that was legit.
The production
good.
Value.
He killed that entire episode.
Yes.
He
it
killed
was
it.
great.
But that sketch in particular was outstanding.
I can't believe how far the little nimble digital team there at SNL, who was doing Dick in a Box, like a decade and a half ago, and now basically making full-length feature film trailers.
Yeah.
Right.
It was beautiful. Jay, what's your obsession?
Yeah.
Well, pretty much the only thing that I've been kind of obsessing over this week has been Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh.
I started playing it again last year, and I basically started over.
Oh, jeez.
And went through all the stuff that we did, kind of like when you had your free 30 days.
when we rushed through.
Yeah, when we kind of blew through and did that first little part. And then I got on to the expansions, and I've actually gotten to the end now. I'm at the last expansion. I've finished the most recent content, and holy fuck, excuse my language, but my God, that game is amazing. Like the for the last 30-ish years, almost 30 years, Final Fantasy VI has been like my top. It's been the best. I think this takes the cake now.
Whoa. Strong words.
I think it takes the cake.
Wow, 6 has been dethroned by both of us now. That's
right.
That's wild.
For you, Joe, it was Dragon Quest XI.
It was Dragon Quest XI.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That good.
When they released their newest expansion, which was is called Endwalker,
Texas Ranger,
they actually updated the older content of the game. So the first part, the A Realm Reborn that me and Joe played through a couple years ago, you can actually play pretty much that entire section. Actually, you can pretty much play almost the entire game as a single player game now. Like even when you go into the dungeons and stuff that you have to go through to progress in the story, you can do them with NPCs now.
Nice.
So you don't have to join up with other characters or with other players in the game. Yeah.
Those players were assholes.
I know, right? So that kind of got me back into it. And even the second expansion, the Heaven's Ward, it blew me away. Like the quality of the story and the level from A Realm Reborn, which was rushed because back in 2010, when the game originally came out, it was such a train wreck that they basically they had to publicly apologize for how bad this game was and said we're gonna start over, we're gonna rebuild the whole thing. And so for about 2 years they essentially made it a free-to-play game while they worked on this A Realm Reborn
that's
update.
nice of them.
But then you get into Heaven's Ward and it suddenly it's like there's a definite tone shift in the quality of the story that they bring into it. And there are parts of Heaven's Ward, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, and Endwalker where I legit was brought to tears.
Wow.
In the story. And that, I mean, that's happened in parts of like Final Fantasy VI. Like there's some parts of the story of that were just like that emotional hit that you get. But there's so much of it in 14. It's amazing. It is. It's absolutely amazing.
Let's get to our main story of the evening.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. We've been talking a lot of video games, a little bit of movies as it pertains to video games, but now we're going to go dive into the world of film with our main topic this week, and a melancholy one, a kind of sad one, because the reason we're talking about this person, it's not because of good news. Joe, when I heard the news about Bruce Willis, I guess that was a few months back, right? That he's been diagnosed. He's got a form of dementia.
Yeah.
He's been exhibiting some symptoms on movie sets for the past several years. Apparently, he's been having to wear like an IBF. People have been feeding him his lines.
Sure. Yeah. And like a lot of his movies have been like those weird straight to video, produced in like Turkey, low productions, but just easy paychecks.
I feel like he was doing that. Those kind of films before this happened, but maybe not. Maybe they coincided. Are you drawing a correlation between the two?
I think, yeah. I think he was. I think he knew what was going on, and I think he was trying to kind of collect as much as he could. Yeah. I think he realized that he was starting to lose a step, and again trying to get that payday while he could, because. Yeah. He's not going to be able to do this stuff anymore.
Yeah. No, I think he's effectively retired, right? Yeah.
Even if he's phoning it in, even if he was phoning it in, I think that this man had to say goodbye to something that he loved, something that he knew for decades. And, at one point was kind of the top, when you think about action movies, you think about Die Hard, you think about the Die Hard franchise as a whole. I mean, it has its peaks and valleys, but I mean, Die Hard's kind of a household name. You think action movie franchises, and Bruce Willis was the first guy to be like the everyman who was an action star. He wasn't all muscled up. He was an everyman. He redefined that genre, and then kind of found himself at the forefront with a lot of other films. You think about The Fifth Element, and I know my feelings about The Fifth Element aren't the strongest. I like the movie. I don't love it as much as everybody else does, but there's definitely some good work that's being done there. You look at Armageddon, like the ultimate summer blockbuster, like disaster movie, and like it's like the Dirty Dozen in space, and he's at the forefront. He's keeping that down. Look at his work with Tarantino.
Oh yeah,
with Pulp Fiction, not just Pulp Fiction, but even like bit parts that he did, like in 4 Rooms. As the man who gets his finger cut off.
Spoiler alert.
But like this is a guy. I mean, Death Becomes Her. I think you can't talk about Bruce Willis films without talking about Death Becomes Her. Like he's got a great body of work. He's proven himself to be a versatile actor in the past.
Very versatile, yeah.
And unfortunately, as he got older, he kind of got a little bit more pigeonholed into one area. And
you think so?
Yeah, I think he kind of got pigeonholed into being like the action guy.
Yeah.
What drama did he do in the past 5-6 years?
Oh, past 5 or 6 years? Okay. Well, I mean, I would say Looper, but that was about 10 years ago, and even that had a lot of action in it.
That was 10 years ago. Yeah. How long ago was what was that movie? Was it Glass?
Yeah. The third in the trilogy, the M. Night Shyamalan Unbreakable trilogy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which I still haven't seen the second or third parts.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I haven't seen Glass or the one with...
Yeah, what was that called?
The...
Split.
I don't know. Split. Yeah, I haven't seen Split or Glass.
They're good. It's a great trilogy. Although you didn't really like Unbreakable to begin with.
I didn't really like Unbreakable.
Maybe not so much for you. Yeah. But you're in the minority there.
It's all beside the point. He was a much more versatile actor until he got, you get a little bit later in his career, and he kind of was doing a little bit more of the action movie stuff. And I feel like there's an ease to the action movie. There's, I think, besides horror movies, I think action movies, especially of that caliber, like could have a pretty quick production cycle.
And probably less of like an emotional toll as an actor. Joe,
Yeah.
you know yourself being on stage that when you've got to do heavy drama, especially night after night, or at least take after take, it's taxing. And
for sure.
You're right. Maybe he's at the point in his career and also just his life where, I mean, I would probably make the same choice. Hey, do you want to do Schindler's List 2? I don't know what that would involve, but I'm trying to think of one of the saddest movies.
The other side of the list. Schindler's List 2, still listing.
Oh my God.
This time Oscar Schindler rescues Jews by breakdancing.
Listen, Boogaloo.
Oh my God.
He's breaking them out.
No. But yeah, so
let my people go.
Oh shit,
That's
horrible.
horrible.
The type of
That's terrible, Joel.
humor you're going to get here on this podcast. No, I shouldn't. We're cutting that part out. Cut that part out, Jeff.
Yeah. No, but I mean, you
funny.
tell Bruce Willis, like, hey, look, you've been playing John McClane for 40 years.
Yeah.
You could just be him. You don't need to be anything else. Just deliver the lines like you do in that last Die Hard movie. That's fine. You know, and I'm sure he's like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I could do that. Like you hear the story from Kevin Smith about how much of a pain in the ass it was to work with Bruce Willis. And now, knowing what I'm hearing now, I wonder, I'm like, was this setting in then? Like, was this even an issue back then?
Come on,
that nobody knew about?
I think in that scenario, Kevin Smith's probably the one who's a pain in the ass on set. I could see him maybe rubbing somebody of Bruce Willis's ilk the wrong way,
I could see Kevin Smith rubbing someone the wrong way, being too familiar maybe. Because someone like Bruce Willis, who's been doing the same thing for so long, like,
which I don't know.
I don't think he's going to want to get a line read from a young director. Like, oh, you're going to tell me how to be my, like, I could see that. So I could see where both of them were maybe in the wrong. But, Bruce Willis, even if you watch Cop Out, you're like, this is not his best work. Like there's some problems here. When Tracy Morgan is carrying your movie with Bruce Willis, like that's probably a bad sign.
Well, this is supposed to be a Bruce Willis tribute, so
it is. But it is. I think to tribute
to
give the man a tribute. I think we have to be honest about his career though, and in order to do that, let's talk about his beginnings. Let's talk about where he started. Where was the first place you saw Bruce Willis?
Well, I am glad you asked that, Joe, because the first place I saw him, I probably became aware of him through Moonlighting, the old TV show that he co-starred with.
Yes. Oh yeah, totally.
But I wasn't watching that show. My family was watching that show, and I kind of absorbed him through there. But I remember the moment it stuck for me who this guy was, because he was also he had a little bit of a singing career back then, didn't he? He was releasing
Bruno.
albums. Yeah, and exactly, and he was doing commercials for Seagram's
That's right.
wine coolers.
That's right.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
And he had a little jingle that he would sing. And actually, I think I found the video here. Let me see if I can pull it up.
I remember actually
Window
watching Moonlighting, and one of those commercials came up during the Moonlighting.
Oh, really? That was just blown your mind.
Yeah.
This guy's in everything.
David Addison selling beer.
All right, here, I think I got it here. Let's see what this will play.
Okay.
Let me know if you're hearing
Seagram's
this.
commercial.
Do you know this one, Jay? Seagram's golden wine cooler.
Yep.
I love the whole concept that, like, okay, Bruce Willis is going to leave this old, like, colonial style house, and like he's going to be singing into his beer bottle, and there's just randomly dudes playing instruments on his porch.
Yeah, man. His music is infectious.
Dude playing harmonica. Come on.
Yeah, he's got a whole band there on the front porch.
I want a dog singing to the dog. Look how much he's like just is given in that commercial.
Oh yeah. The Bruce Willis of the 80s and 90s.
He was
infectious, man. His energy.
So
it's no surprise that like he just shot to stardom because, like you said, he could do it all. He did action, he did comedy, and he did music.
And it was mostly comedy for a long time. He is so charismatic. But like he did, I don't know if you remember, he did that movie with Kim Basinger, Blind Date. That's right. That's the first movie I think I remember him doing. But like I first saw Bruce Willis in an episode, or maybe it was a couple episodes of Miami Vice. He played like this drug dealer villain that ends up like getting shot and dying in a pool. And it was like after that, because my dad used to watch Miami Vice all the time. And so I remember him. I don't remember his character's name, but I remember seeing him because it struck me when my mom started watching Moonlighting, and I used to watch that show with her all the time.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm like, that's that guy. He was a villain in Miami Vice. But David Addison was like Han Solo on network TV. Like his attitude, the way David Addison carried himself, the way he had this like devil may care attitude towards Sybil Shepherd, like this fucking cat. Like
she agrees.
The chemistry that he had with Sybil Shepherd, like it echoed that like Han Solo, Princess Leia energy. And I think that's what drew me into it. So like I got to enjoy so much in talking about like how versatile he was. The episodes of Moonlighting, like they would do like detective noir stories. They would do stories like Taming of the Shrew. Like, so like everybody would be Shakespearean. Like they really just went outside the box in that show. And it highlighted not just Bruce Willis, but also Sybil Shepherd.
She was
that
great.
Cast was really great with those two holding it down. It was can't miss TV. To see Bruce Willis go from being like this, you know, this very like cocky but romantic leading man, and see him make that jump to Die Hard was just like, wow. For it to be successful too. Because I don't know if you guys remember when like those trailers were coming out, people were like, the guy from Moonlighting, like he's going to be an action star, get out of here. Kind of like when you found out that Michael Keaton was going to be Batman. Like a lot of people were like, what are you talking about? And it was successful. It was great. It worked. And Die Hard. And you won't hear me say this often, but this is the truth. Die Hard isn't great just because of Bruce Willis.
Okay.
And like, I will even say Bruce Willis isn't the best part of Die Hard.
Yeah.
You know, like, but it is, you know, Alan Rickman's work, and the fact that like they share very little screen time, yet Alan Rickman is elevating Bruce Willis, but at the same time, Bruce Willis steps up to the challenge.
Yeah.
And like, you need an actor who's going to meet you there. And he met Alan Rickman on that level. He met that whole production on that level. I think that Bruce Willis had a dragon to slay. He had a point to prove with Die Hard, and he did it. And it gives me all the respect in the world for that guy, for what he accomplished there.
No, yeah, you're right. And then from then on, he was the action star. He was the guy who everybody wanted in their movies. And yeah, a lot of my favorite Bruce Willis movies are action movies, the aforementioned, and specifically sci-fi movies. But yeah, Fifth Element, I just love him in that. In a weird. And Bruce Willis, I don't know if he's got an ego, but what you're saying, Joe, is something that I sense in his other movies, where he feels comfortable being part of an ensemble. He doesn't need to be. He's not Tom Cruise, you know, where everything is being marketed around him. Yeah,
I would say that his best movies are when he's in an ensemble.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, Fifth Element. There you go. It's his best film.
The Fifth Element, Armageddon. I mean,
there you go.
Say what you want. It works.
Oh,
How about 12 Monkeys?
There
you know,
you go.
he's great in that movie, but like you've got Brad Pitt giving some great work, Madeline Stowe.
That's a good point.
Like that film is a great film because of the pieces that make the whole.
Yeah. And another sci-fi kind of mindfuck. And I think that's a lot of where his stardom comes from too. It's not just that he can do it all. It's the films that he chose to do. And maybe later in his career he's gotten a little lax on that. But I respect somebody. I respect somebody who in the year 2011 who is mega superstar Bruce Willis saying, hey, I'm going to do this weird time travel movie with this kind of up and coming director, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, where he's basically kind of playing a villain. And you mentioned it earlier, Joe, when you said you saw him in Miami Vice as a bad guy. That got me thinking he doesn't really play bad guys well, but when he does, even that he can do.
Yeah. No, Looper, his work in Looper is outstanding. And it was like
he kills children.
He kills children, but then like I love that the bit at the end when Joseph Gordon-Levitt does what he does. Like, I don't want to spoil it just in case someone hasn't seen that movie.
You should see
but
Looper,
like what
listeners.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt does, and to see the resolution in Bruce Willis when that happens, like there's a lot of good work going on there. Dude, even his work in the G.I. Joe sequel, where he plays Joe Colton, like that's fun. It's so fun. They could have very easily tried to just like put that whole movie on like his cameo, and he could have just phoned in that cameo, but he didn't. He actually put in some good work in that movie. That sequel is surprisingly like better than it needs to be.
Oh yeah, it far surpasses the first one.
Oh, for sure. There's no debate. It's way better than the first one. But yeah, like he puts in some good work, and even in the like 2011, like you said, like with Looper, like if you didn't have Bruce Willis playing that the gravitas rather of that character of the Joseph Gordon-Levitt character, like going through like the years, you see the years on him and like what's made him what he is at that point. Like, goddamn, like it's so well done. And it's kind of like that happened with The Sixth Sense. If you remember, like Bruce Willis was kind of off the map for a little while. Like he had just done, I think, like Last Man Standing, and people were kind of sick of seeing Bruce Willis. His movies weren't like they weren't as popular as they were at one point. And then like The Sixth Sense came out. And then here's this guy doing this movie, like we're waiting for action movie Bruce Willis. Instead, it's this slow burn drama, this character piece, and we finally get to the end, and it's like, holy shit. Like that right there that's highlight reel material. The kind of work he did.
That's probably my favorite Bruce Willis film right there, The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
What would be? Because I think mine's obvious. Jay, what's your favorite Bruce Willis film?
I think Look Who's Talking.
Actually, even that he does a good job doing some voice acting.
He does though. Yeah, he does a great job.
Yeah.
No, I would say it's either a tie or it's just a really close race between either The Fifth Element or Die Hard.
Yeah.
Wow.
As my favorite.
No Pulp Fiction in there, huh?
That's tough, man.
It's too much an ensemble piece, right? Because it's not a Bruce Willis film.
Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, he's in the middle chapter and part of the first chapter. Like, it's hard to say, like, that's my favorite Bruce Willis movie.
It's great, but it's
so good.
Not necessarily a Bruce Willis movie.
If you had to recommend an obscure, like a Bruce Willis movie that like you think maybe people haven't seen, like that you have, what would you recommend people see?
Oh shit,
that is a great question. I'm going to look at his IMDb page here for a second.
It's kind of a loaded question because I have a movie in mind. And so I was curious if you guys had something like this. So because of that, I'll start. There's a movie called 16 Blocks that he did with Mos Def, where he plays kind of an older cop, maybe like coming up on his retirement. So that's a little cliche, but he's a cop that's kind of buddies with cops on the take. He's been a cop on the take in the past, and he's been assigned like to drive this witness from the department to court to be arraigned, because this witness is going to he's going to turn state's evidence or whatever. And so these crooked cops try to like pay off Bruce Willis, like, hey, when you get to this block, drop him off here. He doesn't make it to the courthouse. And Bruce Willis is like, he's faced with this moral dilemma. Like, he's always been this cop on the take. He's been a dishonest man his entire life. And now he's found himself at a crossroads where it's like, he has the chance now to do something right. And he does. And it turns into this, like, it could be, I used to call it, and I think Jay might remember this, I used to call it like the Die Hard sequel that we never really got, like of older John McClane. Like it played out like an older John McClane story.
Oh yeah.
But it's a really good piece. It's a great look at Bruce Willis playing an older Bruce Willis, like, because he was not the age of this character at the time. So he's kind of playing he's added a few years to himself. He's not in the best shape, this character. And I think he's doing a good job playing the age, playing that this guy's out of shape, playing that he's out of options. The desperation, but then at the same time, the resolution to do the right thing. It's a really good film. It's worth the hour and a half that it is. And yeah, that would be my pick. 16 Blocks.
Interesting. Yeah, I forgot he was in that one, but I do remember enjoying that one. It's a good call.
Sure.
My pick would be it's not necessarily a hidden gem, but if you're a quote unquote Bruce Willis fan, this one may kind of fall under your radar because it's more for Wes Anderson fans, because he was in Moonrise Kingdom, one of the Wes Anderson
Moonrise
films.
Kingdom, that's right.
Had a small part, but he had a lot of heart, and it ended up playing a big role in the grand scheme of things at the end of that film. And I just remember thinking, wow, this guy really can do anything. Like, here he is, he does cartoons, he does musicals, he does comedy, he does action, he does drama, and now here he is doing an avant-garde Wes Anderson film.
I forgot all about him doing the cartoons. He did that Bruno the Kid cartoon.
Oh, yeah?
I forgot that.
I feel like he's done voices in other things, too, besides babies.
Oh, yeah. He voiced...
he was in Lego Movie 2, wasn't it?
Oh, really?
He was in that.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, there he is in Miami Vice as Tony Amato in 1984.
Tony Amato, yeah. So he did this... a video game called Apocalypse.
Oh.
For, I think it was the PS1, PlayStation, and it kind of played out like a movie. It was a really cool shooter, multi-directional shooter. But yeah, it pretty much played out like a Bruce Willis movie. Like the first level is like you're breaking out of prison, and then like you're kind of fighting across the cityscape trying to get to like the rebellion, and it's really good. And just listening to like Bruce Willis's voiceover throughout the whole game, like if you fall from like a high ledge, when you fall from a high ledge and you're kind of like you finally land, but while you're falling, you hear him go, "Oh shit, oh shit!" Like the breath is getting caught in his stomach. It's like, this is really good, man. I feel this right now.
Is he going to be one of those actors who kind of sells off, and maybe he's done it already and we just don't know, who's kind of sold the rights to his voice? Have you heard about people doing this? I think Morgan Freeman, James Earl Jones
for doing like the AI.
Yeah, exactly. So that their voice can live on. You can type in a text prompt and have James Earl Jones read the news for you.
I would love that.
It's crazy to me. As long as it doesn't sound robotic.
Well,
like
pretty good.
The text to speech usually kind of has that slightly roboticness to it. But yeah, they've done really well with some of these. So
I've got Samuel L. Jackson coming out of my Amazon Alexa. It sounds pretty good to me.
Hey Joe, turn off the motherfucking TV. Jay, what's yours? What would be your hidden gem?
Oh, I don't know how much of a hidden gem it would be, but I keep going back to like Hudson Hawk.
Nah.
Ooh.
No.
No.
Yeah? You don't think so? I don't know.
Your opinion is wrong.
I don't know. I enjoyed that movie. It was.
I have heard there does seem to be a Hudson Hawk renaissance nowadays. You're not the first person, Jay, who I've heard defend that movie in hindsight.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just one of those. It's kind of like just an adventure movie. It's not necessarily action. It's not necessarily drama. It just kind of has that adventure
kind
feel
of cartoony,
to it.
Isn't it?
It is very cartoony. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think audiences were ready, and maybe it was ahead of its time. Maybe Joe, you need
maybe it was ahead of its time.
Put your preconceived notions aside.
I think I'm all right. I think I'm good. You guys remember like when he cameoed? He's done a couple of cameos that I've enjoyed. One, I would say,
Friends
might be the very first time he teamed up with Samuel L. Jackson was in a movie called Loaded Weapon 1. I don't know if you guys, if you remember this, it was like
holy crap!
It was a spoof of Lethal Weapon. It was Emilio Estevez and Sam Jackson playing like the Riggs and Murtaugh characters. But there's a scene where like the bad guys go to the beach, and you know how like Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon had like a trailer on the beach. What at one point like the helicopter goes to this trailer on the beach and like blows it up. And then like they're looking at the rubble, and this hand like pops up out of the top, and this person starts to climb out, and it's Bruce Willis, and he's like,
nice.
What's going on? And they're like, is this 2232 Beechwood Ave? And he's like, no, this is 2235 Beechwood. They're like, oh, so it's further this way. He's like, yeah. So like they
That's
fly
hilarious.
off. They're like, sorry. He's like, So there was that cameo, and I don't know if you guys remember. Was it the second or third? I think it was the third Ocean's movie where
Second one.
It was the second one where Julia Roberts is posing as Julia Roberts. Like there's this whole joke that like she looks like that person. And they never say it until the end. Where like then they're like, you look like Julia Roberts, and so like she poses as Julia Roberts to get into like I can't remember like Terry Benedict's place, and Bruce Willis shows up and as Bruce Willis, and he recognizes her and then realizes that's not really Julia Roberts or whatever, and calls the cops. And I thought it was like a really interesting cameo, like very random.
It was a horrible plot point for the story. Like that movie, everybody had just kind of given up and was taking paychecks, which is fine.
They got a free Italian vacation.
Sure, yeah, and more power to him. But it really became weird because at what point do you stop doing that in a movie filled with A-list stars? Yeah, because Matt Damon looks like Matt Damon, like George Clooney. How come nobody's thinking the George Clooney's character looks like the actor George Clooney in that movie's universe? A really weird conceit.
It's lazy writing. Yeah,
it was very lazy. But yeah, nice to see Bruce Willis. It's always nice to see Bruce Willis show up in something. You always know, and I know you said sometimes he phones it in, and it's true. But you're always going to get a certain level. You know what to expect with Bruce Willis, and he can do it all
for sure.
So he's like a warm blanket. He's safe.
Yeah.
And it's going to be weird having a Hollywood where he's not in every other movie coming out every year.
So who is the Bruce Willis of this next generation?
I mean, I don't know. Is it Chris
Evans?
I was going to say,
Chris. You know what?
He does.
Because Chris Evans has that. He has those comedic chops. He's also Captain America. He's the action star.
I think you nailed it.
But I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards Chris Pratt on this, just because he has the same. Like I'm going back through and I'm watching Parks and Rec.
Oh God.
And just seeing his comedic chops in that.
Yeah.
And bringing into his action star in Guardians of the Galaxy, which merged comedic with the action. So I think he's got it.
I'm going to offer these three roles as my defense for Chris Evans, and I'm not going to state anything else. I'm just going to list three roles of why I feel like he is the next Bruce Willis: Captain America, Lucas Lee,
yes,
and the oh man, I can't remember the character now from The Losers.
Oh yeah,
Jensen.
Oh,
of course.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, you've got me convinced. Yeah. I was blinded.
It's compelling. That's a compelling argument.
I think this one's hitting harder because we grew up with him, right? And we've seen the progression from Moonlighting to. I'm trying to think of the most recent movie I've seen him in. Well, I guess it would be not Split, but Glass. The third in the trilogy. That's maybe the last time I saw him in theaters. I mean, obviously, hopefully he'll live a long life, right? He'll be with us for many more years, and enjoy his family. Looks like he's got a beautiful family. He just celebrated a birthday last week. We all saw the video with him and Demi Moore.
I love that those two still have a decent relationship with each other.
Me too.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they've got kids too, but yeah. So it's just going to be hard to not see his face around, like not when you watch award shows and the Oscars and not see him sitting there. It's always going to feel like something's missing.
Sure. I mean, I know I've shared this story before, but I've got a fun Bruce Willis anecdote that involves my mother. So I first started working at this movie theater when I was in high school. It was like my sophomore, junior year of high school. And I started working at the Cinemark Theater in McKinney. And like, I was really excited because one of the perks is you get to go see free movies, like whenever you want.
Oh, yeah.
So the first one I went to see, I told my mother, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to take you to a movie. Let's go to a movie tonight. She's like, really? I was like, yeah, let's use these perks. I get free movie tickets. So we go to the theater and like we're looking at and seeing what's playing. Do you remember that? Going to a movie theater, not knowing what you're going to see? Yeah. Just like, well, let's see what's playing.
What a foreign concept. now I'm not getting in the car unless I've got the tickets purchased and the seats chosen.
Unless I have my seat. Yes, exactly. So we go and we're like, oh, well, there's that Bruce Willis movie. There's a Bruce Willis movie. We go, oh, I love Bruce Willis. Love Die Hard. Love Moonlighting. Let's go see this movie. It was The Color of the Night.
Oh, Jesus.
And for anyone who doesn't know what Color of the Night is, it's basically like a late night Cinemax like thriller where you see Bruce Willis's dick amongst other things. But like, it's just like Bruce Willis fucking for like 2 hours and like a murder mystery wrapped around it. And like sitting in a theater next to my mom watching Bruce Willis just bang it out with I think June March, I can't remember what her name was, but like just screwing the shit out of this chick like constantly.
Jane March
was really awkward, like just horrible. So yeah, thank you, Bruce Willis, for that awkward moment with my mom.
That's so funny, Joe, you say that, because I too have an awkward Bruce Willis in a theater with my mom awkward moment, and it was seeing the aforementioned Look Who's Talking, where he does the voice not only of the baby, but the sperm that impregnates the egg. At the very beginning of that movie, it just starts with a bunch of sperm swimming through during the credits, and I'm sitting there when did that movie come out? I must have been like 12 or 13, old enough to know what sex and sperm was, but not old enough to want to talk about it with your mom sitting next to you. Certainly not see that. Comedy film featuring talking sperm voiced by one Bruce Willis, but there we were. That's forever burned in my head.
Jay, what's your embarrassing Bruce Willis story?
I don't know. I can't think of any other embarrassing ones, because most of the stuff that I've ever seen with my parents, either or, has been like his action stuff.
Yeah. I think he's given us some great memories. He's given us some great work. No matter what you feel about like Bruce Willis, I guarantee you there's something in his catalog that you like, that you connect with. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's a rare thing for actors, for any actor.
Absolutely.
That there's something for everyone. Like, I don't think there's anybody who's like, I hate everything he's done. Like there's something that's going to touch you. John McClane, that is the most iconic thing. Like, that for me, that's up there with Indiana Jones and Han Solo. Like that's it doesn't get more macho heroic than that. It shaped what I thought a hero is and should be, and if I could, I would model myself after that all the time. Like one of the greatest times I ever had on stage was getting to play a John McClane like character in a Die Hard spoof. I love that movie. I love that movie so much, and the fact that he's a part of it, a huge part of it, that is a gift that we'll keep on giving. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's close this thing out with some stuff that we're looking forward to in the next week or two. What do you guys have on the horizon?
Well, there's the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
There sure is.
That is true.
It's coming up.
Should I be excited about that? I hear a lot of people talking about that.
I think you should be.
Yeah?
I think so, yeah. If you're a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy, it looks like they're leaning heavy into the Guardians of the Galaxy vibe, which is what they should have been doing all along. Like that Dungeons and Dragons movie that came out back in like the late 90s, 2000, early 2000s. That's what it should have been.
Yeah.
Because what do you do when you sit around the table and you're playing Dungeons and Dragons? There's a good chance, like, a lot of that time is going to be spent goofing the fuck off.
Yep.
Like, so a D&D movie needs to have fun. And that looks like there's some fun going on here. The trailers are awesome.
Yeah.
And they're hitting all the high notes, all the things, like, even if you've played a little Dungeons and Dragons, they're giving you like the greatest hits.
Yeah.
And I think the cast that they put together for it is stellar. But as of this record on Wednesday, March 22nd,
Dateline.
tomorrow night, John Wick 4 hits the theaters.
Oh, that's right.
Shit, that's right.
Yes.
That's right.
You're
It's
looking
coming
forward
out
to
soon.
that.
I didn't realize
Yes.
it was tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Are you guys up on the John Wick
Yes.
movies?
I have only seen the first one. I do remember enjoying it. This might be an opportunity to just kind of do a little marathon before part 4 comes out.
Yeah, do
'Cause
that.
I'm into that.
Do that.
Oh yeah, I mean, and now they've got like spin-offs. They've got like the Continental TV show that's going to be coming out, where it's all about the hotel with all the assassins. It's going to be like I think an anthology kind of series, if I got it correctly.
Nice.
Where they follow like different assassins and stuff. And we've got like some work from the late Lance Reddick that's going to be in there.
I know.
Yeah.
He also did some work on Ana de Armas's The Ballerina, who, if you've seen John Wick 3, you're familiar with her character. So it's kind of fun. I love that they're expanding this world of John Wick. Like these movies that, I don't think I'm spoiling anything, that at least the first 3 are like, it takes place over the course of 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's been like 2 or 3 days. So
Yeah.
it's like, wow. And Keanu Reeves, man, I think someday we're going to have an episode just like this.
Yeah.
What we've talked about with Bruce Willis. I think we're going to be talking about Keanu Reeves very soon,
absolutely.
about like the diversity of this guy and how maybe he hasn't gotten enough credit over the lifetime of his career
Yeah.
for the work that he can do.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, John Wick.
Finally caught that third Bill and Ted movie a few months back.
I still need to watch that.
Not
I
bad.
still need
not
to watch that.
Nice way to wrap things up.
Yes.
That's what I've heard. It's great.
It had a
Yeah,
lot
I've
of
heard
heart.
It's not bad.
It really kind of brought you back to the silly sense of humor of the first 2 in a way that I wasn't expecting. So pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
A love letter, a sincere love letter.
Well said.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, but okay, so we got John Wick 4. Jay's looking forward to Dungeons and Dragons. That leaves you, Joel. What are you looking forward to?
Man, I'm looking forward to playing more Metroid Dread because I'm over halfway through that game. That's all I got. I don't have anything new on the horizon. I'm looking out into the future. I've got a Mario Brothers movie coming. I got another Zelda game coming. Life is good right now. I'm playing a Metroid game. I'm basically all things Nintendo right now. I'm living the Nintendo dream. Man,
Very cool.
If 2023's Joel could go back to 1991's Joel and tell him what he had to look forward to, that he'd still
Blow
be
his little mind.
Yeah, exactly. To which 13-year-old Joel would still be like, "Man, you're still playing video games?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be married and having children?
Do you finally get laid?
What do you do for a job?"
Oh man, guys, if you have anything that you want to share, things that you're looking forward to, let us know. Hit us up on Twitter, LRHD. Is that what it is? LRHD Pod or
It's actually low res high def.
Low res high def? I
At
always-
low res high def on
I'm
Twitter.
into that whole brevity thing. Yeah, but we're also lowreshighDef.com.
That is correct.
I'm gonna have to learn what these things are. I feel like I'm flying blind here.
I'm the keeper of all things.
Well,
tech.
then you should be talking about it.
No, that's fine. You've got it. At low res high def on Twitter and
At Low Res High
lowreshighDef.com.
Def. There you go. And let us know what's going on. And, topics for the future, things that you'd like to hear our takes. For some reason, you would want to hear us talk about. But, just let us know what you think. What's your Bruce Willis movie? What's your go-to? What do you think people should take a look at that you don't think gets enough credit? And what movie do you think should be stricken from his catalog that people should just forget about?
I'm going to put Jackal up there.
Unbreakable.
Oh, come on.
I knew that would get a rise out of you.
My favorite Bruce Willis movies.
All right, do you guys, anybody have anything they want to plug, anything they want to talk about before we close this thing down?
Well, let's wrap it.
Okay. Well, I have one thing. Check out Trigun Stampede.
Oh,
I
nice.
do a voice in the return of the legendary anime Trigun. Trigun Stampede. Vash the Stampede is back.
Nice.
And I get to be a part of it. Not a huge character or anything like that. Just every episode opens with a radio broadcaster kind of like setting the stage.
What?
And that
That's
radio
awesome.
broadcaster is me.
Wow,
Yes.
that's quite a stretch, Joe.
Yes,
You think
sir.
you're up for it? Think you got the chops?
That's the inside joke with me and the director Jeremy Inman. He's like, hey, so I cast you in this, and I want to know if you're up for it.
Good news, bad news.
You're gonna be a radio DJ. I'm like, you motherfucker.
Hey, man. Money.
No, it's been a fun project, and I love working with him.
nice.
He's
That's awesome.
fantastic to work with. He is the director that gave me my first anime job, and I will follow him into hell. So
you're his Bruce Willis.
I'm his Bruce Willis. Maybe not. I might not be his Bruce Willis. Maybe I'm his, F. Murray Abraham. But I'm happy to be a part of the party. All right. Well, then we'll go ahead and close this thing out. Jay, thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome having you
to
again,
talk about, obviously a passion of ours. We've watched so many Bruce Willis movies in our youth. Snuck into many a movie theater to catch a Bruce Willis release.
Yes, indeed.
I think you weren't there for when Die Hard 3 came out. I was working at the movie theater, and I was a projectionist at the time. And at the time, you had to preview the movies the night before to make sure the prints were good. And I remember watching Die Hard 3 and being so stoked that I was seeing it before anybody else.
Yep. I remember being super jealous of that too.
Yeah.
Was that a good one? Was that one of the bad ones?
Yeah, Die Hard 3 is the good sequel.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But thank you, dude, and we'll definitely have to have you back.
Hell yeah!
Again,
I'd love to be back.
Want to talk about some more stuff with my brother, Jay Gunn.
Yes.
Joel.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!
You gave me shit last time. You're like, do you usually say it's a pleasure? I say the pleasure's all mine.
Pleasure's all mine.
No, it's too late for that. All right, guys, we have been Low Res High Def, and we'll check you next week.
See ya.
You've been listening to the Next Wave Radio Network.
That's fucking gold.